Good morning, fourth grade. Again, I am at home doing my lesson, so you see my crazy hair, and I'm sure many of you are still in your pajamas, so you can relate to these rainy days and being lazy. But let's go ahead and get started with our patterns of power, our grammar lesson. So today and tomorrow we're going to be talking about conjunctions, and I will be spiraling this in as we go, because it's something new and it's going to be something important you need to know. So let's talk about what we notice in this first sentence. It says, I get to Delhoff's 10 minutes early, but Olive is already there. She's sitting at a small table outside the front door, and I notice that people look at her when they pass. They try to act like they aren't giving her a stare, but I can see it. What I would like for you to do is pause this video and take a minute to look at this and see, what do you notice about each of those sentences? They all have something in common, and I want you to see if you can find what that common thing is. So pause the video and do that. All right, so now that you've had a chance to look that over, I hope that you notice that they all have a comma, like this one has a comma but, and this one has a comma and right here has a comma but. That is what we call a conjunction. So our focus phrase says, I use a comma and one of the fanboys to join sentences. So I want to show you what fanboys are. Fanboys are words like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And so what a fanboy does is it takes two sentences that are complete. They could be a complete sentence on their own, and combines them together. When I combine two sentences together, I have to use a comma and a conjunction. So, for example, look at the word and. Let's do and because it's usually the most common and the easiest. I take milk. Oh, no, we don't want to do that one. Let's look at but. All the children wanted to eat pizza, comma, but no one wanted to buy it. So if we look here at all the children wanted to eat pizza, if I put a period right there, that could be its own sentence. It could be a standalone sentence. And then no one wanted to buy it. That could also be its own sentence. But if I put comma but in there, it makes it a compound sentence. So I'm taking two sentences and combining them together to make one. So sometimes I have to use and. Sometimes I use but or so. He is sick. He is sick could be a sentence on his own. Comma, so he is not going to the school. He is not going to the school could be its own sentence. So there's different reasons I use and, but, or, yet, so. They all depend on what the sentence means. So let's look here. I get to Delhoff's 10 minutes early. I wouldn't say, I get to Delhoff's 10 minutes early, comma, so Olive is already there. That wouldn't make sense. But Olive is already there. And would maybe fit in there. I get to Delhoff's 10 minutes early, and Olive is already there. You would have to use the rest of the sentence to kind of, the story to decide if but, like maybe they were like, oh, well, he was there already. So we arrived at Jose's house late, but Janie was already there. So again, depending on the context of the sentence, I would not want to use or. So we arrived at Jose's house late, or Janie was already there. That wouldn't make sense. So what you're going to do today is you're going to do a little practice on quizzes. So when you go to your quizzes practice, you are just simply going to practice using a comma conjunction and which one fits. Today's practice is not for a grade, but for you to just see what that looks like, because in the next couple of days you're going to have to create your own sentences with the right fanboy, and so I want you to practice just inserting one in a sentence that's already done first.